I said, look, I'm tired of this. I took the playpen, turned it over. Sat him on the floor. I was bad daddy. I got stuff to do, brother. I got stuff to, I turned this is bad. Sat him down and turned it over and started looking for couches to put on. Now, you won't get out of here today. You won't get out of here no more. And I sat him down there, and do you not know? They start looking and read. They start pushing it. And when they saw it to tip up, they reached under there. Now, these babies, I declare to God, they're babies. I'm telling you, they're not 2, they ain't 3. These babies. Diabolical. Picked it up, and then let it come down. Pick it up, let it come down. Pick it up till it turn over. Footsteps again. That's when I was looking for rope. I said, I'll fix all of this. We're not going to have this today. Daddy got stuff to do. You follow me? Sometimes you be looking for rope. I tie you to a pole in this house. You better be careful. And we be playing, oh yes, I'll tie you up. So you know, and here's my thing. The way we act, and this is what I'm speaking about, the way we act and our attitude and our disposition and the way we become when somebody tells us that we shouldn't be or can't be acting in certain conducts that come up in, you know, when you're dealing with somebody who's a, you know, Christian and certain conducts that they have, and you know it's not really spiritual. They ought not be doing that. But it's almost like they want to get back in the crib. It's almost like, you know, I'm telling you stuff that you should already know. This is just basic stuff, you know. Yeah, come unto me, all you labor and heavy laden, I'll give you rest. I'm just tired. Do you ever hear people like, I'm just tired. Well, come unto me, all you labor, and I'll give you rest. I thought that's what he told you. You need rest. So all you need to do is come to Jesus. Oh, I ain't talking about that kind of tired. I know you ain't, because I saw you running the streets last night before last. I saw you in all the clubs. I saw you in all the bars. I saw you running. You was driving your car 2 o'clock in the morning. So it can't be that you ain't getting no rest. I want to feel comfortable. What I do, what I say, and I don't want nobody to say nothing about it. That's the kind of tired they don't like. To become disciplined. Yesterday we had a panel, and on this panel we had a college representative, we had ConocoPhillips young adult edge employees, we had 2 from KAA. We had from Juvenile Justice, Pastor Nate was up there. And let me tell you something. The questions that these kids asked will let you know that they're not cribbed mentally. They were asking stuff that I was like, wow. I was like, how do you know? How do you help somebody that don't want your help? I said, oh, that sounds like some grown people stuff. But then I thought about it. I said, no, grown people ain't going to ask that question. They ain't going to ask that one because they don't want that answer. Children want to know. You know, you get a certain age, you don't want to know. You know, you get uncles and stuff, and you have to understand something. Once you revert backwards, the hardest thing for you to do is turn that thing and go back. There's something called reactive attachment. And when you start dealing with reactive attachment, it means that not that I'm being treated so good, it's just that I'm attached because of who that person is to me. It doesn't matter how they treat me. And I always try to tell KA, I always try to tell youth that you are what you hang with. I can tell a lot about you by your partners. I can tell a lot about you by looking at your phone and find out the most frequently called numbers. I can check you by your Facebook favorites. I can tell more about you than I could talking to you just by how you operate. You see what I'm saying? So I look at your profile. I remember one of my boys had a profile talking about he was 17 years old. When I finished with him, he thought he was 2. Want to be a thug. Try to break that arm and twirl it back and make him a baton twirler, you know. Next time you see him, he was on Facebook. So Facebook, media. We talked about that yesterday. Talked about cyberbullying. We talked about cyber friends and cyber. You climb back into the crib. A place that you don't fit anymore. A place where your mentality has surpassed. You want to go back into the crib because a crib now for you is a place you can manipulate. The crib for you now is a place that you can control. It's a comfort zone because I know all about it and I know the expectations of it. I know what it will provide. I know it will not provide. I understand the demographics of the crib. I understand the construction of the crib. I understand that one side the rail goes down, the other side the rail is stable. I understand that if you kick it in a certain place or hold it in a certain place, the rail will come down. I understand that. I also understand that there are several things that is in that crib for me to play with. Because mama and them put a mobile in there so that I wouldn't cry, so I'll keep my mind busy. So now, I'm busy, but not productive. I'm playing with a mobile I'm supposed to be learning, but only thing I'm learning is how to touch and taste. When James says, touch not, taste not. So now I'm getting acclimated into the world where I shouldn't want to be a part of. My mind is changing. I'm thinking thoughts that I would never do. I'm doing stuff that I said I would never do because I climbed back into the crib. I know fellas right now, they don't even want to go to their crib because it's so nasty. But anyway, they ain't cleaned it up since Jesus was a little boy. But anyway, you got to understand this type of mentality. A crib is only productive in the time of growth. And once you outgrow that crib, it's time now for you to start walking in this world and understanding how it functions. I'm done. So my message to you this morning, it's time for maturity to set in and time for the crib mentality to get out. You know what I really don't like? I don't like Christians that's been in church long enough, because I can't tell no years because it don't really matter. You can be in here 2 years and no more than somebody been in here 25 because they don't want nothing. But anyway, you know, but you've been in church long enough to understand what's right and what's wrong, but then you try to make an excuse or justify or validate your wrong move. And then you want your children to adapt to that mess. They don't adapt too well. That's why when they go to the camp and they see the counselor, you know, and the counselor really acts up, it really devastates them because they see something that they don't oftentimes see. They know it's in the church sometime, or they know it's around certain areas or certain places that they frequent, you know, the arcade or the mall, but there's certain things that they just look and expect more from. Jesus, now watch, I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to leave you alone. Moses went into Egypt and bought Egypt out. It was a crib. They got out there because certain things were not provided to reason. Such things as water. They began to complain. You know what they said? We should have stayed in the crib. They was getting whipped and beaten. And they wasn't even being fed right. Pharaoh doubled the amount of bricks for them to lay and fed them the same amount of food. So I know I'd have been dead a long time ago. Because as soon as they said, I said, you ain't going to give us no food. All right, well, it's going to be a fight today. Because right now I'm hungry and you want more bricks and this is not going to work. So I want you to go ahead and you might as well just start digging over there on the side there because I don't want to run far and I'll just fall in when y'all kill. But I'm going to kill some of y'all up in here. This is all to it. That's all it. I'm done. You know, you want more brick double? Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm about dead at 25 bricks a day. And you want 50? Go back to the crib. Let's not go back to the crib. Give God some praise where you are.